A federal judge is due to hear an appeal next week on Tuesday in a claim made by the Heritage Foundation to unseal and reveal the information behind Prince Harry's immigration application to the United States. Speaking about this case, Nile Gardiner speaks about how Prince Harry's admissions in his memoirs with regard to drug use would ordinarily result in the denial of the application of a visa to the United States. Nile Gardiner of the Heritage Foundation speaks out about this case to Sky News as follows.
And basically, we're calling for the release of Prince Harry's immigration records. We believe there's a clear public interest in releasing those records, especially in light of his extensive admission of widespread drug use in his memoir, Spare. And we believe that US immigration law should be effectively applied and equally applied to everyone who applies to the United States for a visa. And we are calling on the Biden administration to release Prince Harry's immigration records in the clear public interest. We're also keen to ensure that there's been no favoritism or preferential treatment given to Prince Harry, and that also that he was honest completely with regard to his applications. So we believe this is an important case. It's going before a federal judge next Tuesday. And there is growing, of course, public interest on both sides of the Atlantic in terms of the overall outcome here.
So echoing many of the comments that I've made previously on this channel, the information contained within that immigration application will either accord with what Prince Harry has put in his memoirs Spare and detail, in some detail, I would imagine, the drug use that is admitted in the memoirs Spare, as is required by that application form, which I've been through in previous videos, which I'll link below. Or he hasn't mentioned it at all and declared that he hasn't broken or violated any laws with respect to illicit substance use. Now, either of those scenarios could cause significant difficulty. Certainly, if the law is followed normally and not applied with favour or bias in any way. And that is why there is such public interest in this case, because people will want to know that the Department for Homeland Security have applied the same standards to Prince Harry that they would anybody else. So in short, if he has admitted prior drug use, there should have been some investigation and further questioning about that following his initial application. Or in the alternative, if he hasn't been honest about that, i.e., if it doesn't accord with what he's now put in his memoirs Spare and the two accounts are different and inconsistent, then this should also have resulted in further investigation. Doubtless, the outcome of this court case will determine whether or not those information, those documents are going to be released or not. And of course, we may or we may not see further developments in this case. Either way, that was Nile Gardiner from the Heritage Foundation speaking about this case, which we will find out on Tuesday about what happens next. Will they release the documents or will they remain under seal? I suspect if they remain under seal, there'll be a lot of people unhappy about it because, of course, there is a public interest in knowing that the Department of Homeland Security are applying the laws unfavorably to all who make their applications to the United States. So, as always, I will come back with any updates that I come across, and I thank you for watching.